want everyone to meet somebody. This is my goofy doofy cat. Say hello, Avril. This is Avril. I've been gone for a little bit, so what we need to talk about here is what is the title? Mr. Redmond. But before we get into Mr. Redmond, we got to talk about drinking. Just a little bit, okay? Got to talk about a little bit of drinking. All right? I'm writing something right now called We the Alcoholics. All right? In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about like what I'm doing with my writing projects and what inspired like this new thing that I'm working on, and like what I plan on going with that. Put it short, you know, I don't get paid for this shit. Believe it or not. That's some shit. I don't get paid. I don't get paid to make these videos. I don't get paid to write the things I write. I don't get paid for my music. I don't get paid for none of it. So, yeah, if you're sitting here watching this, be like, man, the last time I saw this dude was like last year. It's because, bitch, I'm broke. Alright? I'm broke. I'm broker than broke. And that cat that I just showed you, that's a new cat. Because I had an old cat that got ran over, and then I had a mental breakdown over that cat. And it's crazy because I hate cats. So, I've been going through it, brother. And I shouldn't even smoke. I'm not even going to smoke. Yeah. It's fucking real. So let me show you this real quick, alright? Mr. Redmond. Well, first of all, I'll just show you kind of what I'm working on. Alright? Nothing fucking fancy. It's just, that's the title. I dedicated it to my son. And it's about 15, 20 pages long. You're not going to read it. Like I said, I don't get paid for this shit. But I met somebody who is I'm not going to say her name or anything or mention her in comments or none of that because it's no one's fucking business. But she's going through recovery and she got a job at a publishing company. And she said that it would be possible to publish my stuff, man. And I just thought that was just so cool. And, you know, me being an alcoholic, you know, we really relate to each other. But that brief overview was really just like the whole prologue of my real story, which was inspired by Mr. Redmond. So, who the hell is Mr. Redmond? Well, I got curious, okay? A cat. That's my cat. And that's Bibble. That's Bibble from the story, the Bibble story. Bibble's in that tank, and that cat is right here. That's nuts. Not really. It's pretty dangerous. I should stop. So, where was I going with that? I don't know where I was going with that. Mr. Redmond. Oh, I got my third DUI. I am facing up to 8 years in prison. This is not a joke. I repeat, it's not a joke. I am really out on bail right now. I really should be back in county, but God makes a way. God puts people in our lives, and God bless the people that He puts people in our lives, man. But you would think after the first one I would get it. No, not really. Those are signs of, well, I'm an alcoholic. Or you could say dumbass. It doesn't really matter to me because, like, the point is, it's a medical diagnosis now. So it doesn't really matter what you say. And that was just kind of the whole point of this shit, because I got really curious. I wanted to know, well, after I got out of jail and everything, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to work these steps. I'm going to do AA. I didn't believe in AA. I didn't believe in no higher power. I don't believe in no God. I didn't believe in no shit. And I did things my way. I tried to go to therapists and psychiatrists and use like sex and other drugs and shit like that. It's like, maybe if I just smoked some marijuana uh, instead of drink, that would help. It didn't. None of that shit fucking works, man. None of it. Not for me, and apparently not for everyone in AA, or else we wouldn't be in AA. We wouldn't be in the fucking fifth ward. We wouldn't be in jail and prison. Which drug use and alcohol use accounts for, I think the statistic was about 60 to 80% of the reason why people are even in our prison system is because of these things. Either they were addicted to it, or they were just high or drunk and did some really stupid shit. And once they get out, they go back in. And that's just how that works. Because, you know, we want the prison system to be strictly for punishment. Yeah. I guess that's really working out. Not. But that would be a whole nother video talk about that. I was really curious. I got a sponsor, and he told me, like, after knowing what's going on with me, he you know, he was just like, shit, man, you're facing 8 years in prison. Like, how many DUIs you got? And I said, this would be my third one. And he's just like, well, dude, I got 7. And I'm like, how the fuck is this guy still driving? How is he still driving when after my second DUI, they want to take my license away for 10 years? In the state of Indiana, they did. Still do. My license has technically been suspended for damn near 2 years. But there's loopholes to all this, so I went through the loopholes, and now they're saying my license got suspended again, but it was already, to their eyes, already suspended. It doesn't make fucking sense, and that was when I found out about Mr. Redmond. I want to know who had the most DUIs in the nation. Sometimes I get like that. I'm curious. I want to know simple, silly, random shit, you know, like, who was the lady that had the most kids and lived, type of thing. Like, I'm just full random information. The hell? That scared the shit out of me. Did you hear that? You didn't hear that. Okay. So I came across some, of course, I came across things on Reddit and Yahoo forums and all this other yik yak. But what stood out was this. Couldn't read all that too fast for you? Well, that's okay, because I just read it all for you. Smoked 2 cigarettes while doing it. I should probably stop smoking. Sorry. Um, Pretty much these are lawyers from Colorado that kind of did some research and stuff around Colorado, and they found the guy that had 20 DUIs, and that's a lot. And then they were looking at, there's got to be someone else, man. There's always someone else. And they found someone in Minneapolis that had 30 DUIs since dating back to 1977, and they called him Mr. DUI. The town people called him that. The police called him that. His fucking mom called him that, alright? Come here, Mr. DUI, and get some mashed potatoes and sober down a little bit. Well, you get another DUI, Mr. DUI. Well, he passed away. Rest his soul. Maybe for the better, maybe for the worse. I don't know. I would really have liked to meet him. So That's a lot of fucking DUIs, man. Like 30? And I still wasn't convinced. There's some part of my brain, being an alcoholic, there's always someone that's worse. Like, especially in America, like we got the highest incarceration rate. There's got to be someone out here that has topped them at least by 20 more. All right? What I found, what the fuck? Not only meet Mr. Redmond. Meet Mr. Redmond. Yeah, you didn't have to read all of that once again. Smoked 2 cigarettes. So anyway, and I need to quit. I know. It turns off the ladies, but what? Mr. Redmond has over 400. I repeat, 400 alcohol-related arrests, including DUIs, OWIs, and whatever else wacky-ass lawyer terminology bullshit you want to call it. Okay? He was drunk riding in the car. He was drunk riding on a fucking bike. He was drunk skipping down the street. Got you for a DUI from skipping. And it's like, what was the court really thinking? He died. He died. Rest in peace. Because I would really like to talk to this man and not chastise him or bash him either. Like some of what I saw in the comments was just nasty, hateful shit. Just, you deserve to be locked up for life. You no good son of a bitch, dumb. I mean, that's what they would say in the 1920s. Mr. Redmond's been getting locked up since 1940s, right after the war ended. So maybe he was a veteran of some sort. Actually, I don't think he was. But it's just like, he had his license suspended for life 5 times. Like, did the courts just say, okay, after like his 20th DUI, they're just like, all right, apparently Mr. Redmond doesn't understand what life is, so we'll suspend it not once, not twice, not 3, but 5 times. Maybe, Mr. Redmond, do you understand that? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That means, Mr. Redmond, you can be born and die and then like be reincarnated or something like that, and then come out of someone else's vagina, be born, and then die, and then repeat that like 3 more times, and then you still won't be able to drive, Mr. Redmond. And we don't even believe in none of that reincarnation shit anyway. So what all this really means is, Mr. Redmond, if you died and go to heaven, then you can't drive. Even though heaven is eternity. Supposedly. So what that really means is about average 70 times 5. We'll just say the average lifespan is 70. 350 years, Mr. Redmond. Give or take. That's got to be how they were thinking. But let me just tell you something else, a little fact. Mr. Redmond is from Indiana. Nationwide, most DUIs, Indiana. The place, ironically, with the most harsh drinking and driving laws in the fucking United States. Yes, 2 DUIs in Indiana result in a felony. I have my 3rd DUI. They want to lock me up for 8 years. Some people will say I deserve it. Consequences and actions. I get it, brother. But don't sit here and fucking tell me just don't drink and drive when I know that more than half of you do it. Maybe not to my extent. Like I said, I can probably outdrink all of you. Really, honestly. That's why I don't like being in this town. My tolerance is very high. I don't start passing out until like 0.35, man. That's really bad. That's why they call me Mr. PP, man. So, the cat knows what I'm talking about. R. Kelly does too. Was he joking? Or was he not joking? I don't know. You tell me. Mr. Redmond lived 40 minutes away from me, where I live at now. Indiana's the meth capital. We have different weird, wacky laws. We just allowed people to buy alcohol on Sunday. We were one of the only states that held on to that belief. And people are saying, well, that's good business practice that we didn't sell on Sunday. Well, everyone else is fucking doing it. So you're saying that Indiana's the wealthiest state because we didn't sell alcohol on Sunday? Come on, dude. Get a fucking grip with it. Get it together, bro. Get it together. And like I said, I don't even claim this place, Indiana, as my birthplace, dude. I was born in Waukegan, Illinois. That's where I will die. And that's where I will get buried. It will be in my will that I'll be buried there. And then I say I was raised in Kentucky. That's really what I say to people, because most of my memories, my good memories, were in Kentucky. Some of my best friends are in Kentucky. And then I came to Indiana, I met my baby mama, and then I started getting drunk, and then I got shipped off in the Marines, and then I got more drunk, and then I came back to Indiana, and I got super pissed out drunk, and it just was just bad. And then I went to school, and it's like Adam Sandler in the classroom, man. Or, better yet, old school. Like Will Ferrell, like Frank the Tank type shit. Like, I wasn't going streaking though. Long story short, he needed a hospital is what he needed. Like, so many things could go wrong in prison. Like, my answer to the judge, really, I mean, it's not. It's in my mind, but because I had to let it go, because the first thing I did when I got out of jail was, well, since I'm going to prison, I might as well drink. No, that's what got me there. But that's how we think. And I did a lot of research, and it's a complicated process. Like, we start out as social drinkers and abusers, and then heavy drinkers, and then we cross this magical threshold until alcoholism. And once you get to that, your brain is so rewired that it's fucked up. I once met a man that if he did not, it's my baby mama's dad. If he didn't drink that day, he would go through. Well, he wouldn't be able to function. And I just remember thinking, I never want to be like that. But here I am having the shakes. I'm in jail. I'm hallucinating from DTs. And I don't even drink every day. I just binge 2 or 3 days. I don't know. I got really inspired to write that. And the girl that worked at the publishing company, she could drink, but we both relate to each other on bounds of addiction and alcoholism. He said, man, addiction is an addiction. There's people out there that are addicted to sugar, sex, gambling, cats, like whatever. Although these things are different, definitely how it like fucks with us in our actions and things like that are ubiquitously like the same, believe it or not, which is very interesting. And sugar is a really interesting one to look over, because before, when I was actively drinking, I didn't like cookies, I didn't like sweets, I didn't Never touched a Dr. Pepper or none of that. Even when I was going out to the bars with my buddies, it's just like, give me something, on the rocks or whatever. I didn't really get into the whole cocktail scene. And it's funny because now I like Dr. Pepper. I'm addicted to Dr. Pepper, kind of. And I'll eat cookies in a heartbeat. And yeah, it's because of the whole sugar breakdown thing of alcohol. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then don't worry about it. If you do, then you know what I'm talking about. I like cookies. So that's it, man. That's just an update on what I'm writing about. And I got like 2 more stories, and I would like to get finished by the end of the year or summer, taking a break off of school and just trying to do me, looking for that job. Probably won't get hired, but I shouldn't think like that, really. I'm not a criminal. I just drank a lot, man. I'm just an alcoholic. Are we criminals? Yeah, it kind of depends. Anyway, here's a picture of me holding some Chocoboo shit. So, see ya. Oh yeah, I'm still single. I got a cat. His name's Admiral. Who's cat?